Assalamu alaikum. I am Dr. Nafisa Rashid, Associate Professor, Department of Pharmacology at Dean Women's Medical College. Welcome to our online session. Our today's topic is biotransformation of drug. At first, we have to know what is biotransformation. It means metabolism, that is, molecular alteration of drug within the biological system is called biotransformation of drug or metabolism of drug. In case of medicine or drug, we call this type of metabolism biotransformation. Now, what is the aim of it? The aim of biotransformation is the lipid-soluble drugs becomes water-soluble and ready for the excretion from the body. Now, what are the location of the biotransformation? Our important organs are responsible for this type of action, like liver, kidney, lungs, etc. This type of organ, intestine and skin also responsible for biotransformation. Now, what is the result? That means, what is the fate of the drug? You can say active drug becomes inactive, inactive drug becomes active, toxic drug may be non-toxic, and non-toxic drug becomes toxic. And active drugs again becomes active metabolites. These are the results of biotransformation. And in case of written question, you have to write this with examples. Now, factors of biotransformation. What are the factors that modify the biotransformation process? Number one, personal factor. Personal factor may be age, sex, race, nutritional factor, etc. And others are genetic factor, pathological factor, environmental factor, and nutritional factor, and also enzyme induction and enzyme inhibition. Now I am going to discuss it. At first, age. Extreme of age is very risky for biotransformation, because in case of very little baby or in case of very aged patient, the enzyme activity is diminished. So the metabolism process is hampered. Actually, adult age is suitable for biotransformation process. Like example is chloramphenicol. It is used in case of enteric fever, but if it is used in case of premature baby who has less metabolic activity, the baby will not be able to metabolize this type of drug, and this drug will cross the CNS and cross the blood-brain barrier and go to the CNS, and also called Gray baby syndrome. But this type of drug will cause no hamper in case of adult. Now, sex. In case of male, there is high testosterone level, and this high testosterone level is responsible for increased enzyme activity. As a result, they have more power to metabolize the drug. Now, race. Race is also responsible for biotransformation, like primaquine, which is an antimalarial drug. If it is used in case of 10% American black who is deficient to metabolize this type of drug, will produce hemolytic anemia. This is the racial factor of biotransformation. Now, nutritional factor. We know that nutrition is differs mainly in case of protein. In malnourished baby, there is like marasmus or kwashiorkor, the protein content is less. This type of baby, that is the patient who is malnourished, they will suffer more if there is increased dose of the drug. So, increased protein, increased enzyme activity. Now, genetic factor. We know that genetically many patient is deficient from some enzyme, like succinylcholine. Succinylcholine, it is a drug that is used in anesthesia, but if the patient is genetically deficient, like pseudocholinesterase enzyme, he will not be able to metabolize this type of drug, and this in this case there will be permanent apnea in case of temporary apnea. Now, pathological factor. If the patient is suffering from some pathological disorder like liver disease, nephrotic syndrome, hypothyroidism, hypopituitarism, whatever may be, then the drugs should be given with precaution. Environmental factor. In case of urban area, there is very much pollution. That means in our urban area, there is very much hydrocarbon that will also increase our metabolism. Now, enzyme induction. What is enzyme induction? Enzyme induction means increase enzyme activity. The drugs which causes the activity of another enzyme is called enzyme inducer. Then what are the names of enzyme inducer? Phenobarbital, phenytoin, rifampicin, etc. are enzyme inducer. Then what is the importance? This is very important in our Viva question. You will be frequently asked this type of question. Number 1, the importance is therapeutic failure. Example, if a patient is taking warfarin, if she is a lady, OCP taking lady, then phenytoin will cause enzyme induction of OCP. As a result, it will metabolize OCP quicker. That will cause the therapeutic failure. The lady will become pregnant if she takes phenytoin with OCP. Number 2, phenobarbital also causes tolerance, which is an example of enzyme induction. That is, if phenobarbital is given, increase the metabolism of the enzyme of phenobarbital itself. That will metabolize the phenobarbital repeatedly, and as a result, more medicine will be given and the patient will get tolerant. Now, enzyme inhibition. What is enzyme inhibition? It means that if a drug causes decreased activity of enzyme, it is called enzyme inhibitor, and this phenomenon is called enzyme inhibition. The examples are metronidazole, cimetidine, ciprofloxacin, chloramphenicol, isoniazid, etc. A common question that is asked in the prof examination, that is, name an antitubercular drug that causes enzyme induction and name an antitubercular drug that causes enzyme inhibition. Now, what are the importance of inhibition? That is, tolbutamide, if it is given with metronidazole, it causes hypoglycemic shock. That means you know that tolbutamide is an oral diabetic drug or oral hypoglycemic drug, and if metronidazole is given in this type of patient, it will decrease the activity that metabolize the tolbutamol. So tolbutamol will not metabolize quickly, and as a result it will act more and there may be hypoglycemic shock in the patient. Now, what are the processes of biotransformation? There are 2 processes. Number 1, phase 1, that is non-synthetic phase, and phase 2, that is synthetic phase. Phase 1, what happens there? Parent stock becomes more polar metabolites by addition or removal of the functional group. Then what are the names of the functional group? The functional groups are hydroxyl group, then ammonia group, then sulfhydryl group, carboxyl group, etc. And what is the fate? The fate may be, it may lose activity, it may gain activity, it may retain activity, but the drug becomes decrease the lipid solubility, that it turns to more water soluble. But in case of phase 2, this type of drug becomes completely water soluble and ready to excrete. Now, what are the reactions of phase 1? The reactions are oxidation, reduction and hydrolysis. Oxidation, in case the example is addition of oxygen or reduction of hydrogen, that means oxidation, and reduction is addition of hydrogen and removal of oxygen, and hydrolysis is the breakdown of the drug in presence of water. Now, the examples are, in case of oxidation, ethanol becomes aldehyde after oxidized, and it again turns into acetic acid after oxidation. And the examples of reduction is acetic acid, when reduced it forms aldehyde, then again reduced it forms ethanol. And the example of hydrolysis is acetylcholine, in presence of water it is broken down into choline and acetate. Now, phase 2. Here, parent drug undergo conjugation with an endogenous substance and then form drug conjugate complex that is more polar and ready to excrete. Then what are the endogenous substance? Glucuronic acid, acetic acid, methyl group, amino group, these are the endogenous substance. Then what is the fate? The fate is the drug's loses activity and it becomes water soluble. Reactions are the glucuronidation, methylation, acetylation, glycine conjugation, sulfate conjugation, etc. This type of questions is asked in the professional examination. Then what is the example? The best example is morphine is converted into morphine glucuronide by glucuronyl transferase enzyme. Now, what are the enzymes responsible for the biotransformation? Some are microsomal and some are non-microsomal. Mixed function oxidase, glucuronide transferase, cytochrome oxidase, these type of enzymes are microsomal. On the other hand, amylase, esterase, hydrolase, these are non-microsomal. And all these types of enzymes are located in the endoplasmic reticulum, mitochondria, cytosol, etc. Then another important topics, that is first pass metabolism or pre-systemic elimination. You have to know the other names also. First pass metabolism means metabolism of the drug in the liver or gut mucosa before entering into the systemic circulation. This type of phenomenon is called first pass metabolism. Then what are the factors? The factors is the route of drug administration. That means if a drug, if you know that it is very water soluble or it will be broken down by the gastric juice, then you will never give into the orally, because they will be digested before they enters into the systemic circulation. So route of administration is an important factor in case of fast pass metabolism. Besides hepatic circulation, hepatic disease, hepatic enzyme activity, these are also important factor. Now, what are the drugs that goes fast pass metabolism, like glycyl trinitrate, lignocaine, propranolol, morphine, pethidine, etc. This is an important short note that will may come in your next prof. So this is all today. Allah Hafiz.